Hey YouTube, quick video here on my Thorogood 8-inch mock toe boots that I bought. I've got about 80 hours on them now at work. So far, so good. As you can see, I do wear them and I do work in them. The soles are holding up decently so far, I guess. A couple things to note. First, these boots have a break-in period despite what anyone else tells you. I've seen reviews where they claim that they put them on and were comfortable right from the start. That is not true. Plan on at least 3 days of pretty heavy breaking in. I mean, they break in quick and they're very comfortable once they do, but I had a couple of pretty rough days getting around on these. So you know, like any good boot, I mean, no matter what you buy, you should have a break-in on a good leather boot. The laces, I've heard reviews that they're not great, and that is true. They aren't exceptional. They're adequate. They're not as good as the redwing laces, and you know, they're all right, I guess. They'll do until they break. Once again, I do wear these boots. Yeah. I did get the composite toe, which I think definitely affected the break-in a little bit because they're, you know, they're a little harder toed, you know, all the way back to, you know, here. And so you got kind of a crease to break in here. The top's broke in nice. They're really comfortable. They're really light, and I do like that about them. I do also like the wedge sole on a flat surface. I wouldn't probably recommend these boots for farming. Working in a machine shop or a mechanic shop like I do, this is a good boot. For farm applications, I still recommend the old redwing loggers or the Ariats. You know, these redwing loggers have, you know, they have the heel, which is nice for if you're climbing ladders or climbing in tractors, implements and stuff like that. The bummer about these is they're really heavy. I've never really loved these boots. I think they were $250, and you know, I've worn them. I've obviously worn them pretty good, but you see how hard I am. I mean, those other boots only have 80 hours, so you know, I beat on them pretty good. They've held up pretty well. I don't know. I never loved these boots. I never thought they were super comfortable, and I definitely never thought they were. I would ever buy another pair of them. These, on the other hand, so far, I'm thinking that I might stick with these for the application I'm in the machine shop, mechanic shop type setting. I owned a pair of Ariats, and I just wore them to death. I wore them out when I was running tractor. They're a pretty good boot for that reason too. I like the slip-ons in the morning. They're convenient, but you know, I don't know. A good lace-up boot's a lot more secure on the foot. And when they break in, the problem with the slip-ons too is, you know, they get like, you get to where you break that ankle in, and before you know it, you have to put a insole in there just to keep your foot wedged in. And I don't know. I prefer a laced boot because I just feel like they fit better and they're more secure. These boots were $200 on Amazon, the 8-inch, and I did get the Trail Crazy Horse, I think they're called. They were beautiful boots. I really like the color, and then I got to thinking, and they are not waterproof, these Thorogoods, and so I mink oiled them, and they turned really red like the Iris Setter ones, and they weren't as pretty, but I am super glad that I waterproofed them because literally a day later I ended up getting soaked by a machine that we had that malfunctioned and blew a hose, and to say the least, I got wet from head to toe, and I'm really glad I mink oiled them. I could see the water beading up, and I didn't have any water issues. I'm probably going to oil them again here, actually. They've soaked that oil up real good, and they're a little dry, so I'm going to definitely oil them again. But, you know, for $200, guys, I think this is a good boot, made in the USA. They're really light compared to the redwings, and I think they're every bit as good leather-wise and everything like that. I'll probably upgrade the laces, and I will probably also do a follow-up video after a year or so and see how well these, you know, soles are holding up. A lot of people complained about the soles. You know, these redwing soles, that's tough to beat that. for as hard as I beat on boots. I mean, that is a quality sole. I got to hand it to Redwing on those. We'll see how these guys do. You know, they're not as aggressive, and they're a little bit more rubbery, so I don't know. Maybe they won't last as long. I usually buy a pair of boots every year. So maybe in a year from now I'll do a review on these, and if I've bought another pair, you guys will know that they were worth buying. So yeah, so far good work boots, guys. I would recommend them. Thanks for watching.